Hey there, guys. The Glacial Reborn trial, or Scorn of the Fallen Iceberg, is due to come out on Global pretty soon. We haven't had news for it yet, but it should be this month. You know, month's almost over, well, halfway, and hopefully it comes out soon. So I'm going to be showing you the fight and going over the mechanics step by step and showing the whole fight from start to finish. So for this trial, you really want immunity to either through a gear or a resistance buff to poison, blind, silence, paralyze, confusion, and disease. Basically, all the statuses except sleep or petrify. There's also stop during the fight, so you do need a stop resist buff. Also, very important is you want as much ice, water, and wind resist as possible, preferably as much as 180% to all three with a buff. Because Bosch is going to be my evasion cover tank, he can't fit all the resistance, but that's okay because he has really good spirit. But like I mentioned, Bosch is going to be an evasion cover tank because you really want a physical cover tank to deal with the AoE physical attacks, because those are non-elemental and they really hurt. Fina is going to be our healer. She can do heals, resistance, mana regen, etc., and she's got status immunity and the wind, water, ice resist. CG Charlotte is going to be our passive provoker because she's going to soak all the laser beams. Most of them are non-elemental later in the fight, so she'll be soaking those. She's got passive provoke, and she's got even more resist to ice, water, and wind because that's, like I said, very important. Nicole will be a buffer. He's going to be doing buffs for mitigation. He can do ice and water resist, and he can do stop resist because he's on Lakshmi with the stop immunity buff. Get out of that. Also, I should have mentioned, Bosch is on Tetrasulfide, and she has the wind resist buff learned, so that'll be our wind resist source, is Tetrasulfide. But anyway, and the friend we're using, or the DPS we're using Bart's. Bart's is not available on Global. We can use like Esther, Elisperis, Malphase. There's plenty of options on Global. But I'm just going to use Bart's because he's what I have on my JP account. Other than that, he's got status immunity, some wind, ice, and water resist. And the important thing is you want thunder damage. This is going to seal the imbue. Also, it'll help deal damage because the boss is naturally weak to thunder. And the friend we're grabbing is Ganzi's Elnath. Again, this is not available on Global. But he is a chainer that chains with Bart's, and he does thunder damage. And he's got the resistances needed, wind, water, and ice. So let's go ahead and get into the fight, and I'll explain it as we go. So there's going to be an ambush, and as long as your team has good wind, ice, and water resist, you should survive. So let's see what happens. So there we go. Painful. As you see, Bosch is the lowest resist. He takes the most damage, but he still survives, so it's okay. So the boss starts off with this 3 turns of mitigation and this attack and magic buff. So we want to get rid of that buff. So we're going to dispel that buff off the enemy and go ahead and heal our team up. Now, the boss can only be broken through defense and spirit. I should have mentioned that. He cannot be broken for attack and magic. And the small birds can't be broken at all. So Bosch is going to cover physical. Charlotte is going to give a magic mitigation buff that also buffs our defense and spirit. Nicole is going to buff wind or ice and water resist and give us mitigation. And Bart will just do his power-up thing, and Elnath will guard for the moment, because we're not ready to DPS yet. Now the missions are summon 2 Espers, deal thunder damage at least once, and kill the clones with a limit burst. Now I'll be showing how to do the clone part when we get there in a moment, but for now, the first turn, I'm just going to be busy powering up Bart's. That's, the downside of Bart's is he's got to power up. But Bosch is now going to use the wind resist buff for the team. Nicole will just wait. Fina will use, let's see, a heal over time and a mana regen. And Charlotte will just repeat her buff, and Nicole will repeat hers. So we're just waiting. We're also waiting for the mitigation buff to wear off the boss, because we can't really hurt him right now anyway. Okay, so one more turn until we can hurt the boss. So as you see, this is mostly just resistance right now. You know, there's no stop yet. There's no debuffs or anything like that. So for the moment, we're just chilling. We're just keeping our buffs refreshed. Alright, we're going to start DPSing next turn. And the small ones do keep spawning, and you can kill them if you want to. But as long as your tank is good and Charlotte is taking a lot, I should have healed Charlotte last turn. Oh, Bosch took a big hit. What hit Bosch? I didn't even notice. Oh, it was probably an elemental attack. I should have been paying attention. Whoops. Oh well. Let's see. Let's have Fina get Bosch back up. This should be alright. And we will heal. So for this turn, we'll go ahead and use Charlotte's cooldown to survive. I wasn't really paying attention. And let's have Bart's chain with Elnath. This is not going to chain proper because he's still using his unlocks. Yeah, next turn it'll be better damage. Let's see here. Let's do this. Alright. So this turn's going to be pretty painful. Because we don't have Bosch covering. But the boss only does physical every third turn. So I think this turn is fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so let me go ahead and cover with Bosch again. Refresh mitigation. Let's have Fina do a heal. Let's do a re-raise on Bosch. His resistance is probably too low. And now we'll have Bart and Elnath start chaining on the boss. And I just realized I forgot to put Wave Cannon on Nicole. So that's kind of unfortunate. I'll break with Bosch next turn instead. We'll discard Nicole. So for now, the boss is going to be basically the same until 70%. At that point, the fight gets a little bit more dangerous. Okay. So I'll break with Bosch instead. Alright, let's have Fina do resist and heal over time. Bosch will break the boss so we can deal bonus damage. And let's go ahead and chain again. Okay, so next turn we should get the boss to 70%. And then the fight will get a little bit more interesting, and I'll explain more when we get there. So let's keep this up. Let's have Charlotte keep this up. Alright. So as you see, Charlotte is passive provoking all those lasers. The lasers are elemental damage in the beginning of the fight. They become non-elemental later, so they will start dealing a whole lot more damage later in the fight. Oh, I see the problem. Bosch has low wind resist, and we didn't do his wind buff. That's why he's taking so much damage. Yeah, I forgot to do Bosch's wind buff previously. That's fine. We got it. Alright. So now we're going to push the boss below 70. Now the boss is going to start doing more special attacks, including stop. So now we need to start doing stopping. So let's go ahead and give Nicole a stop resist buff. Fina will heal, and let's re-raise Bosch again just in case. Charlotte will just keep that magic mitigation going because there's not much else for her to do. She's just soaking all those hits. Alright, so the boss will also buff his magic at the end of the turn and put up mitigation for 3 more turns. Now there's the hurricane, the like frozen hurricane or whatever, that applies stop. And it keeps summoning these birds. You can use AoE and kill the birds if you want to, but as long as you have good resistance, it's not really that big a deal. Alright, so as you see, the boss buffed himself with that threshold. If you want to dispel that. So we'll take care of that with Fina. We'll dispel and heal. Bosch will refresh his cover. Charlotte will refresh her mitigation. Nicole will refresh these buffs. And we can still DPS the boss, but it's not going to be very strong. so it's better probably just to chill. We'll go ahead and start clearing out some of these little ones. No, actually, for the mission, you don't want to kill the little ones, actually. So we'll just repeat these two and keep chaining to the boss. It's only 70% mitigation. You can still hurt them. It's just not very much. So in 3 more turns, that mitigation will go away. And there's the physical attack that Bosch is covering. Alright, so this is going to hurt a little bit. Oh, not really. No, we're good. We're good. Okay. So when the boss hits 50%, these little birds will combine into 2 big birds. And that's the way you do the mission. So before I do that, let me double check. How's Bosch's cover looking? 2 turns. Let me go ahead and break the boss. Defense and spirit with Bosch. So we'll go ahead and chain. Alright, so remember, we're chaining Thunder on the boss. So we'll just do that. We'll do stop resist with Nicole. Fina needs to do a heal. And let's re-raise Bosch. Alright, so anyway, so when the boss hits 50%, it's going to go into phase 2. All of these little birds are going to merge together into 2 extra big birds. Those are the ones you want to kill with a limit burst for the mission. Now, an easier way to do the fight, if you prefer, is to keep using AoE. This may kill Bosch, actually. It's probably going to kill Bosch. It did kill Bosch. Okay, well, whatever. Because his wind resist is kind of low. But anyway, so another way to do this boss is to... Hold on one sec, let me rebuff everything. That. I'm going to use a cooldown on Bosch so he survives. Let's mitigate here. Fina will heal and re-raise on Bosch. How's the boss's mitigation? 1 more turn? Alright. Yeah, so an easier way to do the fight is to use AoE every single turn and keep these little birds dead. But if you do that and you keep killing the small birds, you can't do the unit of choice mission. So the fight's easier, but you'll miss the unit of choice. But you'll still get all the rest of the rewards. So it's really up to you. I'm going to be showing a way to do it with all missions, though. Okay. And as long as your resistance is good, you're fine. My Bosch, I don't have enough good gear on the JP server to gear him in high enough resistance to everything, because wind resist is a little low. That's alright. Alright, let's do a wind resist buff. And now we're going to push the boss below the threshold, because his mitigation is now worn off. There we go. Now we're in the final phase of the fight. So Nicole will do a stop resist buff. Let's have Fina do a heal over time and a mana regen. Charlotte will do a heal as well to help heal out. Help heal the team. Okay. So now these little birds are going to fuse. Here you go. They fuse into a big bird. Now they're going to start doing more non-elemental fixed attacks that you can't cover. Alright. So also, because it was a threshold, the boss buffed himself. You want to dispel that. So let's have Fina dispel that for now. Dispelga, and we'll do a heal. Alright, Bosch will cover. Alright, let me go ahead and refresh all the buffs before I explain what's going on. And Nicole will resist and mitigate. Okay, so these big birds, the top and the bottom clones, they will imbue your team with ice, wind, and water, which they absorb, unless you hit them with thunder every single turn. So you need AoE thunder damage. So Bart is going to chain single and AoE. Now it's going to break the chain because Elnath only chains single target, but it's going to chain the first part, and then it'll break. That's fine. But Bart is now hitting them all with thunder every turn, which will stop the imbue. On the other hand, they counterattack with, as you see, that non-elemental fixed attack, which does hurt, and you need good spirit to resist it. But with good spirit, mitigation buffs, etc., you should be fine. So let's go ahead and do a stop resist. We'll do a wind resist. Actually, we need to break the defense. on both the birds. So let me break defense and change target and break defense on him too. There we go. So now we broke defense on both the birds. Charlotte, we're going to use Charlotte to do a cooldown buff this turn. Fina is going to heal. This is a little painful while these big birds are out. And now we're going to get these ready. Let me chain on this. Yeah, let's chain on the top one again. Okay, there we go. So there's the counterattack for hitting him with thunder. It really hurts, really hurts. Nicole, I didn't give him enough spirit. Looks like Gans is a little bit low in spirit as well. But we're okay, we're okay. Alright, so we need to kill... How's Bosch's cover looking? One turn, we're good. Alright, so we need to kill the top one with a limit first. So... let's see, Charlotte. I'm realizing I didn't... Alright, we're going to actually kill or hurt this bottom one for now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Alright, so Nicole is going to buff and resist. Bosch is going to refresh his cover for now. Fina is going to heal. And let's re-raise... actually, Nicole was taking the hit. Let's re-raise Nicole. And let's do a mitigation with Charlotte. Okay. So we're still working these birds. Oh, they healed. What a jerk. Oh, this is nice. This is where it's so much easier with Esther, because you can AoE chain and not have to deal with all this foolishness. Alright, oh, yeah. Such a headache. Okay, well, let's get Elnath back alive. Let's have Fina dispel the enemies and heal the team. Oh, I just realized I didn't hit it with thunder this turn. Oh, this is not good. Let's wind resist. Let's resist that. Oh, this is going to be a problem. I didn't hit him with thunder, so they're probably going to imbue us. Yeah, I think we just got imbued. I didn't use thunder damage on them. And Elnath got stopped. Yep, we're imbued with thunder. We're imbued now. Okay, yeah. We're imbued. Okay. This is real messy, but I'm going to have to dispel my own team, which gets rid of all our buffs, unfortunately. Yeah. Alright. Oh, wrong skill. Let's do this, and let's do a better mitigation. We need to do this. We need to cover. Okay, so we're not going to get the mission, it looks like, because I need to kill this bird. Okay, so we didn't kill the bird with a mission. You need to kill those top birds with the limit first to get that mission complete. So we're failing the mission, and we didn't hit the bottom bird with thunder, so we got imbued again. Ah, so annoying. As you can see, it's kind of tricky doing this mission, because things can get out of hand, like, real quick. They're gonna stop next turn. I need to dispel the imbue, but I also need to stop resist. Nicole can't do that for a turn. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? No, we can't do that either. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna take a chance here. Let's heal, and that's not it. Let's heal. Okay, come on now. Let's heal and dispel our team. Alright, so we're dispelled again. Let me cover with Bosch. Let me buff with Charlotte. Nicole will Do that and that. And we're going to chain on this bottom one, which will stop the imbue. But I think we're going to get stopped here, which is a problem. But Nicole can cure the stop next turn. Yeah, there's the stop. I think. Oh, it only hit one person? That's not bad. Go ahead and cure it with Nicole. Okay, so now let's use Bosch to use a limit on this bottom guy. And that technically gave credit for one of them, but we didn't use it on the top one, so we would have failed the mission because you got to use a limit on both of them to kill. But you get the idea. You get the idea. Alright, so we're going to dispel the boss's buffs. Charlotte will apply mitigation. So at this point, there's no more imbues. The only imbue comes from the top and bottom birds. Okay. And now there's no more small birds anymore. There's never again a small bird, which means there's no more reflections. So we're good. So now we'll have Nicole do resist and mitigation. We'll have Charlotte do mitigation. How's Bosch's physical cover looking? One turn. All right, let's do a wind resist. So we can't break the boss for now. That's fine. Let's go ahead and just chain. And chain. So the boss is not broken, but we'll deal with that later. It's okay. The next boss's threshold is at 30%. So we'll have to be ready for that. Heal and re-raise on Bosch. Alright. So this fight, I mean, it's not really hard. It's just a lot of things going on, and it's hard to like keep control of the fight because there's so much going on. If I had Folka, it'd be a little bit easier because she can do better resistance buffs. I think Bosch needs to cover now. Yeah, so we still can't break the boss. And as you see, I couldn't fit a breaker, and I broke my chain. So it's a little tricky. Let's have Fina do some heal over time and regen, mana regen. We'll do stop immunity with Nicole, and Charlotte will heal the team. Alright, so at 30%, the boss is going to get more aggressive. You can start doing more attacks, more hits, more fixed AoEs, but it's still not too bad. Alright, so the boss buffed himself again. You gotta dispel that every now and then. Yeah, I think he does that every third turn, or every fourth turn, maybe. I don't remember. But you want to dispel that, heal the team. Alright, Bosch will break the boss. Actually, we're just going to use Bosch's normal break, because we're going to push the threshold in a second. Alright. Let's go ahead and chain on the boss. Alright, last threshold. Outstanding. Alright, so let's have Nicole do resist and mitigation. Charlotte will do her magical mitigation. She's still soaking those lasers. Alright, so the boss is going to buff himself again. He's going to do mitigation for the last time in the fight. He's going to begin doing more of those AoEs that you can't cover. Oh, we lost boss, but he had a re-raise. Yeah, it's real hard to make an evasion tank with enough resistance. It really is. I mean, it can be done. It's just hard. Also, the boss buffs himself before he attacks on that threshold. Shout out to Mars, who doesn't like that mechanic. But yeah, like I said, that's just a thing nowadays. You've got to deal with that. They buff themselves before attacking on thresholds. Bosses do. So we'll do that. Bosch is going to actually get stopped. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to do a resistance buff and a stop buff. Nicole can't do that on global yet. He can do that later. Nicole can't do that on global. If I had Folka, it would have been fine. I don't have Folka, so I got to kind of cheat a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna use Nicole to do stop immunity and resistance in the same turn. That's something he can do later after he gets his upgrades. Because now the boss is gonna do. I think he does frozen. What's it called? Frozen Hurricane. Yeah, that attack every turn now. Oh, we lost Nicole. Nicole's spirit is too low. What's Nicole's spirit? 508k hit points. That is not enough. I did not realize his spirit was so low. Bart's is low, and these two are low, but they have a lot of hit points, so they're okay. They survive. Also, Bart's spirit is actually 800 because of his combat buffs. So that really sucks that we lost Nicole. Let's go ahead and get him back up. And heal. We'll have Bosch do a wind resist buff. We'll have Charlotte do an ice resist buff, which might help Nicole survive. And let's go ahead and keep chaining. The boss's mitigation should wear off in 2 more turns. Yeah, 2 more turns and the boss's mitigation wears off. Alright, there's the fixed AoE. Oh, Nicole, you take so much damage. Yeah, we're going to lose Nicole again. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, he's not imperiled, so we're okay for now. Now he's imperiled. But now Nicole can put his buffs back up. So the boss buffed himself. We need to get rid of that. Also, we need to heal the team. Spell the boss, heal the team. Bosch, how's your cover looking? 1 turn, so you can use a break on the boss. And now that the boss is mitigation, oh, it's not actually worn off, it has 1 more turn. Yeah, we're not killing the boss quite yet. Let's do this buff. Nicole, let's do a resistance for yourself, and let's do a 40% mitigation with your cooldown. And let's go ahead and chain. Alright, so the boss's mitigation wears off next turn. Next turn we're probably going to win. Alright, here we go. Yeah, now that we've got mitigation up on Nicole, we're good. Alright, here's the hurricane. Oh, that's killing Bosch, though. No, we're good. We're good. Alright, Bosch, we need physical cover. Now the boss's mitigation is gone, his defense is broken, he's probably going to die right here. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Let's do a big cooldown so we survive. Let's have Nicole do stop resist. Fina, you're going to AoE re-raise everyone, which also heals the team, just in case. Just in case. Alright. There's the fixed attack. There's the laser beams on Charlotte. There's the tornado. But we've got plenty of mitigation right now. Yeah, we're good. And then the boss buffed himself. So we gotta dispel that. Let's go ahead and dispel the boss. Yeah, you gotta do a whole lot of dispels in this fight. Dispel the boss. Bosch will break the boss. And let's see if we can finish off the boss now. Got him. Okay, so we did thunder damage. We didn't summon Espers. I just totally forgot. We could have summoned Espers. And we only killed 1 of the clones with the Limit Burst because the fight started to kind of fall apart at that point. This team doesn't have enough resist gear. You really need plenty of resist gear and high spirit. You need both spirit and resist. Like, Nicole had enough resistance gear. His spirit was just too low for those fixed attacks. And his hit points were too low. I don't have the gear for it on JP. But yeah, so there is the Glacial fight coming to Global very soon. So to recap, you need stop immunity, you need resistance or buffs to prevent poison, blind, silence, paralyze, confuse, and disease. You also need ice, wind, and water resist. I recommend a evasion cover tank. You don't need evasion. You can use regular cover tank. That's fine too. You could even go cover with Charlotte instead. It's up to you. But then your team would be taking those physical hits. It's kind of a balance. You can go either way. Anyway, there is a preview of the fight. See you guys next time.